Snape was holding his robes above his knee, which allows Harry to see that one of his legs is bloody and mangled. It's the day of the Quidditch match. The broom literally threw Harry off of it. It took a good 30 seconds for Snape to realize that he's actually on fire. Hey guys! Today I'm going to be reacting to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. But first, if you're new around here, listen up, because I've got a little secret for you. I'm not just any YouTuber. I am Charlotte the Starlet, and I'm a writer. So I don't just react, I review. And the way I do it is simple. If I like something, I add a point, starting from last video's total, and if I don't, I take one off. Now, as y'all can see, I've got a couple of friends here with me. This is Angel, this is Seth, and we actually have a new member of the Starlet family. This is actually one of my OG friends, if I'm honest. She's one of the first stuffed animals I ever really had, and I got her from Build-A-Bear, so I practically gave birth to her myself. She is called Glitter. Right, let's jump in. The Halloween feast had barely started when Professor Quirrell came running into the hall. He says, "Troll in the dungeon." Ooh, Snape's up to something. He's headed for the 3rd floor where the dog and the trapdoor is. They literally trapped Hermione alone with a troll. Alright, we are on chapter 11, which is called Quidditch. Oh my days. Okay, so in the book, it's November right now. And I'm not the biggest fan of winter in real life. I definitely prefer summer. Because, fun fact, my disability, sickle cell, gets worse in winter. Ask any person with sickle cell. Our pain gets worse in the winter. We go to hospital more often in winter. We spend longer in hospital in winter. And we're more likely to catch infections. I think that actually goes for everyone. But for us, if we get sick with the flu or something, it's like twice as bad as it is for normal people. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of winter. However, these descriptions of winter in the book are just beautiful. They're so good that I'm actually missing winter a little bit right now. Ooh, now that it's November, that means one thing. Quidditch season is upon us. Yo, Harry's about to play his very first Quidditch match. Gryffindor versus Slytherin. Ooh, you guys. Right, so Harry has been training for this match for weeks, but hardly anyone knows about it because Oliver Wood, Gryffindor's captain, decided that Harry's gonna be their secret weapon. I like that idea. Oh my days, the Slytherins are gonna be shook when they find out. Oh no, but someone's gone and leaked it. Who's responsible? Huh? Who is it? Wow, Harry doesn't know what's worse. The people who tell him he's gonna be great, or the people who tell him they're gonna be running underneath him holding a mattress. God, talk about having no faith. Oh yeah, he and Ron are friends with Hermione now. After they saved her in the last video and she stood up for them, they all considered each other friends. Only took half the book. And it turns out, Harry didn't know what he was missing. Apparently Hermione is a pretty damn good friend. Or more like useful. The only reason Harry's saying this is because Hermione's been helping out with his homework. That is a tiny bit scummy. Unless she doesn't mind, you know. It's scummy if they're making her. But yeah, he considers her a lifesaver because Wood has been scheduling all of these last minute Quidditch practices. Oh, apparently she's also lent him Quidditch through the ages. I'm not exactly sure why, but I don't think I really trust this. There's gotta be something going down here. Either Hermione wants to make up for her previous behavior, or she wants to impress Harry and wants him to like her because he's famous. I don't know, maybe I've just become cynical at my ripe old age of 21. Wow. According to Quidditch through the ages, There are 700 ways of committing a Quidditch foul. And all of them happened during one Quidditch match in the World Cup. Oh, maybe she is kind of making up for her former self. It says that the troll incident last time was the reason she's being so nice to them. And since then, she's become more relaxed about rule breaking. Finally, about damn time. Cause personally, I'm still vexed about the midnight duel incident, where Hermione only tagged along with them to snitch. Oh wow. Hermione's actually really trying. On the day before Harry's first Quidditch match, they went outside for their break, and she conjured up a bright blue flame that could be carried around in a jam jar, cause it was freezing. Yo. Okay, so at some point during that break, Snape shows up, and Harry instantly noticed he's limping. What the heck happened to him? Oh my days. And it says something about Harry's guilty face lured Snape over. I hate teachers like this. My head teacher in my primary school was just like this. Down to the limb. He found it so funny anytime I'd look guilty just because he showed up. That's literally the only reason I look guilty for. It wasn't actually guilt. It was anxiety. Just his presence alone made me anxious. Please tell me I'm not the only one who did that. If you also had a teacher whose presence made you anxious, let me know in the comments. But yeah, anyway, Snape goes over to Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Wow. Goodness. Snape asked Harry what he's holding. And Harry tells him that it's Quidditch Through the Ages, and he shows it to him. And do you know what Snape did? He was like, library books aren't allowed outside. 5 points from Gryffindor. Like, what the heck? And then he takes the book from Harry. Like, why? I think Harry is bang on when he says Snape just made that rule up. Ooh. So, later that evening, Harry really wants his book back, just to distract himself from the Quidditch match the next day. He is hella nervous. So, do you know what he does? He gathers the courage to find Snape and ask him for his book back. I really admire that courage, because he has a feeling that Snape won't be able to refuse if there are other teachers around. Damn, he doesn't even go to Snape's office like I thought. He goes straight to the staff room. Okay, but when he knocks, no one answers. Yo, when Harry peeks into the staff room, it says that a terrible scene met his eyes. What is it? What happened? So, the only ones in there are Snape and Filch. Snape was holding his robes above his knee, which allows Harry to see that one of his legs is bloody and mangled. Filch is tending to it with bandages. Can't they just like mend it with a spell? Also, why Filch? Why is it Filch that's nursing him back to health when there is a whole damn infirmary at Hogwarts with a nurse that is very good at her job? Do they want to keep it a secret? Yo, I think I know what happened. Right, so as Filch is tending to his leg, Snape's like, damn blasted thing. How are you meant to keep your eye on all three at once? All three at once! The only thing at Hogwarts with three of anything is that three-headed dog that's guarding that trap door. What was Snape doing trying to get past it? Oh no, Harry's been spotted. It says that Harry tried to close the door quietly, but he failed. Snape roars his name. Even though Harry was spotted, he still asks, "Could I just have my book back?" The answer was no, by the way. It says that Snape's face was twisted with fury. I mean, I guess I don't blame him for asking. Otherwise, he would have gone for nothing, you know? Though, it could be argued that he did leave with something, despite not getting his book back. He found out what happened to Snape. Why did he want that book specifically though? Like, I get that it's a Quidditch book and he has the Quidditch game the next day, but there is literally a whole library of books waiting for him. It's not like he was stiff for choice. Anyway, so Harry goes back to the common room and he tells Ron and Hermione what he saw. Oh, damn. I thought I was so smart when I thought I figured out what Snape was up to. I mean, I wasn't wrong, but that wasn't the full picture. Harry tells Ron and Hermione that he is pretty certain that he is going after whatever the dog is guarding, and that's why he was missing from the Halloween feast. He also thinks that Snape is the one who let in the troll to cause a distraction while he tried to get past the dog. Hermione being Hermione, she is just fully in denial about it. She refuses to believe that Snape would ever go against Dumbledore. Alright. It's the day of the Quidditch match. Ron, Hermione, Neville, Seamus, and Dean are in the very top row of the Quidditch pitch, so they have a good view of Harry. It says that as a surprise for Harry, they'd all painted this massive banner that says Potter for President. Oh man, it says that Dean's good at drawing, so he'd drawn the Gryffindor lion on it. And then Hermione put this charm on it that makes it flash different colours. Man, I wish I could go. Alright, so after a quick pep talk in the Gryffindor changing room, the team go out to have a short to the point speech from Madame Hooch. She says she wants a nice, fair game from them all. And she is technically addressing all of them, but from the look on her face, she seems to be addressing the Slytherin captain more than anyone. Oh my god. The Slytherin captain is Marcus Flint, and Harry says that it looks like he has some troll blood in him. I.e. he's half human, half troll. It says that when Harry sees the banner that everyone made for him, his heart skipped a beat and he literally felt physically braver. And there they go. Ooh. As soon as the game starts, the first one with the quaffle is one of Gryffindor's chasers, Angelina Johnson. And during all of the practices, Harry'd come to know that she's a pretty damn good Quidditch player. But he can't help but notice that she's also pretty cute too. I'm sorry, Harry, but do you really think that's the time for that? Focus, boy. So, the Slytherins gain control of the quaffle pretty quickly. And they were this close to scoring, but Wood stops him. Side note, I do like the way J.K. Rowling is describing the Quidditch match through the commentator. Like, that might seem like an obvious thing to do, but I can almost guarantee that there are some amateur writers out there who would describe it all in the narrative. There would probably be quite a lot of run-on sentences and repetition as well. You know, and stuff like that gets really boring easily. But by having a commentator do all of the explaining, not only do we find out what's happening in the game, but we learn a few things about the character as well. Like, the way they speak can show a lot of character and what sort of person they're like. Anyway, okay, so Angelina Johnson gets the ball again. Oh, she's got a clear field up ahead. She dodges a bludger, she goes on up ahead, she dives, the bludger misses her, and she scores! Okay, so first goal of the game goes to Gryffindor. Gryffindor cheers fills the cold air, along with howls and moans from the Slytherins. Alright, so the game goes on like that for a while. Meanwhile, Harry's been flying over all of them looking for the snitch. He hasn't seen any sign of it yet though. Wood had told him to keep out of the way until he finds the snitch. Oh, he had a false alarm. That's gotta be annoying. At one point, he'd seen a flash of gold, but it turned out to just be a reflection of one of the Weasley twins' watches. He's got it. He's got it. The commentator noticed it too. The snitch had finally decided to show itself, and as the commentator, commentated on it, a curious murmur rippled through the crowd. That was my own description, okay? That didn't come from the book. I'm proud of that one. But yeah, anyway, when he mentions it, the Slytherin beater that had the quaffle dropped it at that comment. He was too busy looking over his shoulders for the snitch. I mean, to be fair, it did buzz near his left ear, but then ran off again. Okay, so now it's a race against Harry versus the other Seeker. Terrence Higgs. So Potter and Higgs are both speeding towards the snitch, and the entire stadium is watching them go, including the other Quidditch players. It literally said that it was like the other players forgot what they were doing while they watched Harry and Terrence go at it. Ooh, but Harry's faster than Higgs. Oh my days! Damn! So the Slytherin captain, Marcus Flinch, purposely blocked Harry's path on purpose to make him miss the snitch and throw him off course. He literally blocked him with his body, which spun Harry's broom out of control and left him clinging onto it for dear life. The whole stadium is vexed about that. Ayo, that's a foul. That is a foul, ladies and gentlemen. So, because of that, Madam Hooch lets the Gryffindors have a free shot at the goalposts. What about the snitch though? Man, it says that amongst all the confusion, the snitch had legitimately vanished. Right, so obviously, the Gryffindors sink the penalty shot. They got it. What? Ooh, yo. There's something wrong with Harry's broom. It's acting funny. You know the kind of like sputtering and jittery movements that a car makes when it's about to break down? That's basically what's happening to Harry's broom right now. Man, Harry says it feels like it's trying to throw him off. And then it gets worse. He couldn't turn it or direct it at all. Oh my god, Harry almost got thrown off. No one else has noticed though. Yo, Harry's broom is taking him higher and higher away from the Quidditch stadium. Where is it taking him? Oh, Hagrid's noticed. Finally. Now people are catching on. Oh my god. The broom literally threw Harry off of it. He's dangling by one hand. Seamus thinks that something happened to his broom when Flint blocked him. What is going on? Hagrid says that nothing can interfere with the broom except dark magic. So, what's going on? Ooh. As soon as Hagrid says that, Hermione snatches his binoculars away from him, and instead of looking at Harry, she looks at the crowd to see if anyone in it's responsible for this. I'm assuming. She spotted something. It's Snape? Of course it is. Why am I surprised? Oh, it says that Snape had his eyes fixed on Harry and was muttering non-stop under his breath. So Hermione comes to the clever conclusion that he's the one jinxing the broom. Wow. She shows Ron and he's like, so what do we do? And she's just like, leave it to me. Wow, she does have some guts. If she's trying to prove herself to Harry and Ron, consider it done. So Fred and George are trying to help Harry. They're trying to approach him and get him to safety on one of their brooms, but every time they get close to him, the broom just jerks up higher. So instead, they circle below him in case he falls. Aw, it says that Marcus Flint had sunk the quaffle 5 times during this whole commotion, but no one had noticed. Ooh, okay, so meanwhile, Hermione's found her way to the row behind Snape. She crouches down, pulls out her wand, and shoots blue flames out of it onto Snape's cloak. It took a good 30 seconds for Snape to realize that he's actually on fire. In the most literal way possible. Man, and just like that, she just scoops the fire into the jar as soon as it burned Snape. Oh, thank goodness. But thanks to her, Harry had managed to climb back onto his broom. What? No! Just as Harry gets back on his broom, he makes this massive dive to the ground, and he actually hits the grass and has his hand clapped over his mouth. It says he hit the pitch on all fours, coughed, and something gold fell out of his mouth. The snitch. He actually did it. He actually caught the snitch. Not that I had no faith in him. I had a feeling he would, because he was great in his Quidditch practices. And that's it. That's the game over. Flint is shook. He is beyond shook. He's trying to convince everyone that Harry didn't catch the snitch. He nearly swallowed it, so it doesn't count. Everyone disagrees though, because Harry hadn't broken any rules, and technically the Gryffindors won with 170 points to 60. Right, so after the match, Hagrid invites Harry, Ron and Hermione back to his hut so Harry can have a strong cup of tea. And while they're there, Ron tries to explain to Hagrid that Snape was the one who'd been cursing Harry's broom. He don't want to hear it though. He actually doesn't believe Ron. This isn't even the first time either. He didn't believe them about the three-headed dog as well, right? So not only do they tell him about that, but Harry also mentions that Snape's been trying to get past the three-headed dog. Oh my days. Hagrid drops the teapot. And he's like, how do you know about Fluffy? Fluffy! It's a three-headed dog, mate. Wow. Apparently, he belongs to Hagrid. And he confirms that he lent him to Dumbledore to guard something. But he stops himself before he can reveal what it's guarding. It's top secret, apparently. And then he goes right back to being in denial. The last thing that Hagrid reveals is that the business about the three-headed dog and Snape is strictly between Dumbledore and Nicholas Flamel, whoever that is. And that's where the chapter ends. I have no doubt that Harry, Ron and Hermione are gonna be looking for this Nicholas Flamel fella. And if they can't find him, they're gonna be looking up everything they can about him. But that is for next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give that like button a little kiss and turn on notifications. I completely forgot about those. But yeah, hit that too and subscribe to become a starlet. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram and Tumblr. And once again, thank you so much for 1,000 starlets. I still can't believe it. I'll see you guys later. Bye!